Mic check. Sound check 1, 2. Great. Glad to be here. Welcome to another show. Today, this is on the 5th of June. It's on a Thursday, beautiful Thursday. My name is Brian Kibet Mayo, and I'll be your host for the day. Just to check in who is joining us for this show. You've already seen the title. We want to have a discussion on the future of education, how education has evolved through time, and where we are now in our society in the 21st century. So what do we do with this thing called education? And yeah, just before we go ahead, Dan, present from Texas, Eldoret. Nice, thank you. Karibu sana. Thank you for joining this conversation. Najua mnataka Mr. Ambassador, but for leo mimi ndio niko. Yeah, you will have to do with me. Mimi ndio niko leo. Yeah, so again, welcome to another episode. And in this program, we really aim to inspire young people, especially, well, everyone, but especially young people, just to unlock and understand the potential that they have in their lives. Tusikae tu kama hatuna direction. Yeah, so karibuni sana. Let's have a short conversation on education. Where is it headed? Where is it going? How is it evolving for you personally? And such stuff. So karibu sana. Just checking on people who are joining us. Yeah, and I am glad to have you guys. So to start us off, maybe just to understand, what do you mean? What do you understand by education? Wewe ukisikia education, someone is educated. What does it actually mean to be educated? So that when we understand that, tujue how has this education, or how has this process of education evolved over time. So karibuni sana who are joining us. Keep sharing, keep making your comments. I'll be asking you a lot to share what you think about what we are talking about. And I'll hope you'll learn something at the end of this session. So yeah, so as I said, education has really evolved from thousands of years ago, from the Garden of Eden, to where we are right now. Education has undergone a process of evolution, and right now we are talking 21st century, where things are computerized. Everything is computerized. Everything now is AI, machine learning, and etc. So where does that leave us as far as education is concerned? And my point this evening, what I'm trying to explain to us is that education has gone beyond the classroom. Education has evolved beyond classroom. A while back, kitambo kidogo, when kama hungeweza kuingia class usome na wanafunzi wengine, you would have a very difficult time being educated. But now, because of technology, this information has really come to us in many ways, including the computer that is right before me, and we're able to learn. We're able to learn many things. So when you look at the world around us, we see a world that is changing. Vitu zina change. There is tech. There is skill-based learning. Now we have a curriculum actually where it's called competence, and skill-based learning. Yenye si lazima excel kwa kitabu, but you need to have skills. So that is kind of the direction of our conversation and the direction of generally the education system that we have in this country. So maybe just to ask you, those who are watching us, um, what if I told you you could learn a skill today, a skill, without going to a classroom? Yes, you could actually learn a skill without going to the classroom. I mean, look at the world around us. Mimi sijaenda class ya kufunzwa how to host a show. Mimi sijaenda class ya kufunzwa how to set up a camera ya production ya show. These are things that you learn by apprenticeship, you know, watching people do it. You learn by, you know, internet. There's a lot of resources on the internet, and many other ways in which we are able to learn. So maybe if you are following me, maybe you could drop a comment on you know, a skill you would want to learn, or a skill you learned after school, just using the internet and the resources around you. Yeah, so that is the sort of discussion I want us to have. Please keep registering, keep sharing, keep joining us for this discussion. I'm pretty sure this discussion will be a very fruitful one. And so we help your colleagues and your friends to join us, so that at least we all learn something, right? Awesome. So now we go to, let's talk about why. You know, I nimemention kitu hapa, maybe imekushtua. Why is education moving beyond the classroom? You know, it's a bold claim to make, that education has gone beyond the classroom or the conventional way of learning. Yeah, so, and maybe just to trigger you and your thoughts, you know, do you think traditional education is quote unquote enough, you know, for the world that we live in? Is it enough that you go to college for a couple years, 4 years, maybe 5 years for some of us, and then you come out and you are perfectly fine, and totally okay and totally enough to survive in the world around us? Do you would you say that's a good observation? Personally, I don't think so. We have alternative learning paths. We have information that were previously only found in a library, like a physical library. Now all that information is here in this computer of mine. I can access anything here. I can learn anything here, except of course for specialist cases like doctors and stuff like that. Still, you still have a lot of information um, that is in our computers. So the main reason why education is moving beyond classrooms is mainly due to two reasons. Number one, uh, because of the advent of technology. You know, like I said, we have access to information. We have access to many things. Right now, I can Google anything I want to see, and most of the information is free. Number two, the world is moving towards a skill-based work environment, sort of, so that, you know, mostly it's about what can you do, and people are trying to move beyond what do you have in terms of papers to what can you actually do. You know, you could have papers, but you do not have the skills that is required for the job. I have a friend who went to school to study something different, and then during COVID he decided to learn software engineering. Alijifunza tu, yeah, computer, Google and stuff, and he learned the basics of coding, programming, software engineering. Right now he's working at an engineering firm as a software developer, and he's out here building, you know, cool products, you know, in the fintech and stuff. So it's actually possible for us to um, learn or redirect uh, our education. So Dan is saying that education, I think, is a process of receiving or giving out instructions, typically in school, colleges, or even universities, while learning is acquiring skills knowledge and attitudes through experience. This is perfectly said, Dan. Thank you so much. This is this is the definition that I was looking for. Umesikia mtu akisema you went through school. School did not go through you. And it sort of gets the fact that maybe you went to school for 4 years, but umetoka tu, and the only thing iliongezeka ni miaka. No knowledge, no skills. But then learning, as Dan has put for us in the comments, learning is actually where you get skills, knowledge and attitude. We've said here time and time again, you might have the skills, but your attitude to work can determine your future, especially in employment. So thank you, Dan. Thanks, Dan. And I think that is aptly put. And just to mention that hii dunia tuko sahi, the job market is shifting. It's shifting, and it's not only in Kenya but globally. Speaking as someone who is in the job market, trying to look for opportunities here and there, I realized that in the last few years, months even, there's been a total shift in the way employers um, look at hiring people and stuff like that. Teacher Chemnyoris, that is my classmate Chemnyoris. Karibu sana, good to see you here. Yeah, so there's a shift in the way employers look at the workforce and the way we can be useful in the job market. So kumekuwa na hiyo change. There's been an advent of tech. Entrepreneurship now is taking a totally different turn. Creative industries are taking over, like what we're doing here. We are trying to create content, we're trying to educate people, we're trying to educate ourselves, and this is a form of employment. You see, now we don't have to go to an office and sit down and work. You could actually create content at home, teach people, and through that actually earn an income. You see the way the whole idea of employment is turning on. We have the aspect of self-employment, the art of freelancing. You learn a skill, and then you go to the internet and you try and source for clients through the internet, and that sort of gives a different idea to education. So for that, no one will teach you in school how to freelance. No one will teach you how to learn some soft skills. No one will teach you how to source for clients. That is very important. No one will teach you how to pitch to clients, how to write proposals to clients, how to understand what clients need. Those are things that you will have to learn post school or in school. For those of you who are still in school, please learn these things. You could be writing them down. Mwalimu is saying, thanks bro, locked in. Great Maze. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so you could learn a few things. There are alternative means of learning instead of going to school. Eliud, my good friend and neighbor, good work boys. Asante. Believe it or not, I am alone. I am I am doing this show alone, setting up camera and everything, and yeah, we are here. Karibuni sana. Maybe you could tell us where you are joining us from. We will appreciate that. So yeah, so maybe just what made it important that technology comes in and solves this problem. So we had a few challenges with the traditional form of education. The whole going to school. Don't get me wrong, going to school is important. I've gone to school myself, and I know it's important. But we had a few challenges. Number one is costs. Conventional education is very expensive, especially now. Hata nyinyi mmeona the new prices za campus. Kumaliza campus sahi is very very expensive. For some of us, mimi nilimaliza campus, I think I paid a total of 130,000 shillings for the 5 years that I was in school. Now that might sound expensive, but if you see the prices that people are paying right now, sahi hiyo 130 actually hata inaweza kosa kumaliza mwaka moja. And so just to mention, that this is very, 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 very expensive. Education is becoming very expensive, and so it in the if this continues, tukiendelea hivi kuna watu hawata afford kusoma, and so what becomes of them now? What becomes of what is the alternative for them that may not afford to go to school? Well, that's what we're talking about. Keep joining us. Doris Kiplagat, following live from Seritio. Nice, 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 nice. My home girl. Donald Mayo, tuko pamoja. That's my brother. Asante sana. Yes, I know some of you may be surprised to see me. Leo mimi ndio niko. Yeah. Let's have this conversation on, the future of education and really how the whole world is going around. Now, I've talked about alternative means of education, and this is especially for higher education, those joining campus, colleges, and stuff. If for some reason you have not been able to join campus or university, there are actually alternatives where you can get skills, when you can get certified skills that are actually required in the job market. Nilianza kwa kupeana example moja ya beshte yangu. During COVID time, when we were all under lockdown, this brother decided to learn coding, programming, software engineering, just akijifunza tu. Right now he is working for a software engineering company, making fintech and helping financial companies to do a lot of things. And so this is someone that went from self-taught to a professional. So you can actually learn these things. And so what are some of the alternatives that we have? Number one, we have of course Google. You've heard that, make Google your friend. There are sources that I've personally used, kama online courses. Kuna Udemy. Udemy is a free online college. We have others like Coursera. We have others like YouTube. Actually, this morning I was doing something for someone, and it required me to use a software that I had not used for a long time. It's an engineering software, and so I had to go back to YouTube. Nikauliza YouTube, hey, how do you do this and this and this? And so professionals for YouTube wakanifunza, and that's how I was able to do a few things. Just checking up, such nice stuff. Thanks, bro. Thank you for joining us. Asante sana. Keep commenting and sharing. Would love to be with you for some time. So we have online courses, we have vocational training, zile what do we call TVCs ama zinaitwanga aje? Zile polytechnics za home, zile za mtaa, where you can actually learn a few skills za mjengo, electrical, engineering and stuff like that. Actual skills that unaweza toka hapo uende kwa client useme, by the way, I can do ABCD. I can do this and this and this. This is how I can bring value to your organization or to you personally as a client. And so you can learn skills like, graphic design. You can learn skills like app development and web development from the comfort of your phone. All the information that you need is actually on your phone. And so just maybe to ask you, just to challenge you for a minute, what is stopping you from learning? What is stopping you from saying, I need to learn this skill, and the resources are here? So what stops you? Is it lack of time? For most of you, I know that's a lie, because you have a lot of time on your hands. Number two, is it lack of money? That's a lie, because I've said these resources are free. Ukiingia YouTube hakuna mtu atakucharge, well, except for bundles and stuff. But ideally, you will not pay for information. You will just pay to access that information in form of, internet connectivity and stuff like that. Number three, access. Is that really a problem? Ni ngumu ku access information? Nope, sidhani. Information is right there. or is it the motivation that you lack? And that is the most probable cause of why you're not learning a skill. Hauna motivation. If you lack motivation, and I'm talking that because I am one of those people that at times unakaa chini hivi unakosa motivation, you know, unajiambia okay, what, so na learn hii skill ndo nifanyie nini? You know, you don't have a client on site, you don't have a promising job, you don't have leads on where to get clients after that, so unaingia YouTube for 5 minutes, unaamua unaenda una watch mkurugenzi, una watch somewhere, you go back and watch ambassador show because you lack the motivation to learn a skill. Yeah, karibuni sana. Probably it's motivation that you lack. Being honest, it's not money, it's not time, it's not resources, it's not lack of access, it's motivation that you lack. So if you can get over that, I think you would be able to learn a few things. Yeah, so maybe we can look at how we can practically explore alternative learning methods. Tumeongelea story ya learn online, and it's not the only way of learning or advancing our education, but it's the most accessible. Ukicompare apprenticeship, for those who are not aware or not familiar, ni ile instance unaenda unaangalia msee akifanya kitu, then you learn sort of how fundi hufanya. Unaenda mjengo, unaangalia how wase wanafanya fletchers and other stuff hapo kwa site, and you learn, una understand, oh, this is the art of bricklaying. Hivi ndo mjengo hufanywa, hivi ndo kokoto ukorogwa, hivi ndo concrete, hivi ndo chuma inabendishwa, and all those things. I'm using the example of mjengo because personally mimi ni mtu wa mjengo. So that is apprenticeship. Alternatively, if you want to learn soft skills, like the guy told you, learn software engineering from scratch peke yake akijifunza, then internet would be a very, very, very good place. Internet, you know, is an archive of information, will really help you to understand what you need, what the skills you want, how to access them, how to even set goals for yourself, and praise God for AI. You know, AI imekuja, and I've seen people condemn AI. Wase hiyo kitu ni mbaya. No, AI is just like any other tool. AI ni kama panga, ni kama nyundo. It's a good tool. Of course you can misuse it, but if you use it well, AI can be one of the most powerful tools that you can ever have, especially for those of you who are trying to learn a skill. Here is how I used AI to learn a skill. Venye mimi nimeitumia AI. So nilienda hapo kwa AI, one of the AI models, nikaiambia, by the way, I need to learn this particular software, or I need to learn a particular concept. So would you take me through the concept and point me to the resources that would help me understand these things? And so mimi nili understand a whole software, a whole engineering software from scratch just by going through AI. Kaambia ChatGPT niaje nifunze hii software, mtu anzie wapi? Okay, let's install, let's do this, let's do that. Alternatively, or for you who may not be an engineer, or you're not doing anything close to softwares and stuff, you could say, maybe I want to learn communication skills. Go to AI, mwambie, by the way, I'm a beginner, I need to learn this and this and this, or I want to learn graphics design. End up or Udemy, Coursera, or just AI, mwambie, by the way, I need to learn the art of graphic design because maybe you have seen a market for it. Uiambie, by the way, I have like 3 hours every day, nipange. So AI will tell you, on the first day, for the first 3 hours, you utasoma hii na hii na hii. On the second day, you utasoma hii na hii na hii. Third day, day 4, day 5, day 6. You realize by the time a month is going on or is ending, you will already have learned a skill. Utakuwa umejua hiyo graphic design, utakuwa umejua maybe kuedit stuff, maybe kuedit reels, for those who are doing social media management, how to do social media marketing skills and stuff like that. You can actually learn that. And so that is sort of the future that education is taking us in the 21st century. And I thought I could bring up story ya AI because that is what is that is what's on right now. Kila msee anaongelea AI. Siku hizi hata una text mtu anajibu na AI. I've seen WhatsApp. My WhatsApp imeniletea kitu fulani hapa inakaa AI. So if you write to me a long text, naangalia hivi naambia AI nijibu hii text, and everyone is sort of in there now. So what are some of the alternatives to classroom? Remember the title of our discussion was moving beyond the classroom. Uh, Note that I didn't say avoid the classroom. The classroom is important. Go to school, but go beyond the classroom. Learn skills beyond the classroom. So there are practical ways that we can access information, and outside, the traditional and conventional ways of learning. Um, Personally, I've learned a lot of things. Of course, school was important, but from the time I graduated to now, I've learned probably more than I learned the 5 years that I was in school. Why? Technology. Mnajua ile meme ya teknolojia. Yeah, teknolojia. You go somewhere and just, I want to learn this, I want to learn this, I want to learn this. Curiosity, just go in the internet, angalia wasa wanalearn nini, kuna market ya skills gani, let me learn those skills, and maybe uanze kutafuta client, fanya kazi moja mbili, you hone your skills. Yeah, so we have number one, I've said online learning platforms. Nimepea an example ya Udemy. For those who are writing, it's Udemy. Udemy. It's an online academy that is free. A lot of courses that you can do. Zingine hata unapewa certificate for free. I've done a lot of courses. Niko na certificates nimejaza kwa simu. Number two, I've talked about Coursera, and many other platforms that are free, and you could access information for that. We have things like, Google Skillshop for those who are interested in programming and stuff. We have Allison Learning. I think I've done a couple of courses at Allison. There is Khan Academy. By the way, let me give a shout out to Khan Academy. Khan Academy, most of us who graduated in engineering owe our graduation to Khan Academy. Khan Academy, ukishinda tu na swali ya hesabu, engineering math, you go there and say, guys, hii imenishinda. And you will always find a similar question that has already been answered. And so that is how we learned and came through and finished campus. We have, where you can learn skills like business management, coding, what else? Marketing. I've grown up to realize that marketing right now is everything. Most of us hatupendage marketing. Let's be honest. But the older I grow, the more I realize that we actually need to understand marketing, because kama niko na skills, lazima nikuconvince as my client how my skills can improve your life, can improve your product, can improve your business, can improve your life. So I need to market my skills to you. So marketing is really an essential skill. Do not run away from marketing. I know when we think about marketing, tunafikirianga wale wase wanauzanga Colgate na wale wase wanauzanga what else, wase utembezanga vitu. Well, that is marketing, but that is not the entirety of marketing. I can market my skills online, like what I'm doing currently. I freelance, and you have to pitch ideas to clients, and say, Maze, I have this skill, and I think it can help your company. I think it can help your school. I think it can help anything that you think you can do. So yeah, continue joining us. Let me know, guys, where you're joining us from. Donald, Deno bado ako hapo, Mwalimu, karibuni sana. Just a conversation for those who are joining us late. We are trying to understand education, or the future of education in the 21st century. And my point is, we need to move beyond the classroom. We need to understand our educational needs beyond the context ya class. Mimi nimekaa class, since nursery school. Uh, but you realize that ile time umetoka shule na umeingia ground, you realize that there is a lot more that you need to understand, more than what you are taught in school. And so you need to keep learning. um, there is a saying in Kalenjin. I don't know how many of you here understand. It says magigi sungamnot. Basically, we can never exhaust knowledge. You can never stop learning. You can never know enough to say, mimi nimefika mwisho ya kusoma, nimeachia hapo, from now on ile knowledge niko nayo itanitosha. No, it's not enough. It's never enough. You can never exhaust knowledge. Just keep learning. Yeah. Number two, I've talked about vocational training, what we call skill-based training, na nimeongelea story ya TVETs na TVCs ama inaitwaje, the polytechnics that we have. Personally, I'm a product of a polytechnic. It's now a university. Inaitwa the Kenya National Polytechnic. Mimi nimeingia ikiwa the technical university. So I love the idea of polytechnics and learning actual skills that unaweza enda mahali useme, by the way, I know how to draw, I know how to do a layout, I know how to do this and this and this, I know how to design something, and this is skill based learning. For those of you who are still in school, usome tu kitabu na utoke huko. Try and have a skill. Huku nje utafika interview, uulizwe kitu ushangae, na hiyo ilikuwa wapi kwa class? Probably because you didn't pay attention. Kuna time nilienda interview, my own story, and nikakaa hapo chini in the bench. So kaulizwa maswali kiasi, ikafika time, it was an engineering interview, nikaulizwa explain to us a certain concept. Acha nisiseme because sitaki kuwa confused. And for me, I think your concept nilikuwa nimeisikia tu in passing, so I didn't know. I didn't know the details of explaining. It's a way of analyzing structures for those who are aware. So mi kabidi niwaambie mazee hapo, unless and I am willing to learn, but for now I can't tell you anything important. And I think that is what cost me a job. Yeah, so try to understand a skill. Usipitie shule. Tulianza tukisema usipite tu shule and the only thing that you come out of is a certificate. Try and immerse yourself in understanding education and getting skills. Dan alikuwa ametuambia, Dan Kiplagat had said that there's a difference between being educated and learning. Learning is acquiring skills and knowledge, while education is going through a system, process of receiving information. That is education. Make sure you learn. Don't just go to a class. Number two, we have something called bootcamp. This is especially important for those of you who are interested in programming and software. Kuna vitu huitwa bootcamp. So basically mnaenda mnapatana, group ya wase mnataka kulearn. Let's say 30 of us get together, tuseme tunataka kujifunza programming. So we set a target. We say for the next 30 days we want to learn from scratch mpaka mahali fulani. And so we get a teacher, tunafunzwa. We call that a boot camp. So by the end of a month, 2 months or 3 months, tutakuwa tumeiva. And so that is equally important. We've talked about an example of boot camp, one that I had enrolled in inaitwa ALX. Another one, we have a school called Moringa. If you are interested in data analytics and software development, ziko mob and they are very affordable. ALX, time in ilikuwa free, so I got to learn for free. I'm not sure right now if it's still free. We have schools like Nairobi Institute of Design, where you can get skills and so forth and so forth. So we've talked about community learning, your bootcamp tumewaelezea. So we have spaces, especially for those of you in Nairobi. Kuna spaces, if you're interested in learning software development, kuna mahali utaenda upate like-minded people wenye mtasoma nao. And this is not a context of a classroom. This has gone beyond the classroom, what we are talking about. And so maybe just to offer practical guide on how to learn beyond the classroom. Number one, start small. Start small. What do I mean by that? Start small in terms of usikuje useme I want to learn something and you want to learn the whole day. I tried that and it's exhausting. You will not have the motivation to sustain that. What I would recommend is just dedicate an hour of your day. Unaona hii 1 hour yenye umeshinda tumepiga story hapa juu ya education. Chukua 1 hour kama hiyo, just dedicate it to learning a skill. Tuseme kutoka job, ukitoka anywhere you are, just take some little time. Number two, network. Talk to people like you. Talk to like-minded people who are trying to learn. Talk to people who are trying to learn coding. Talk to people who are trying to, kama wewe ni mswa mjengo, wewe enda mjengo, patana na mafundi wengine. Kama wewe ni mswa kushona, enda hapo tao upatane na waswa kushona uone tu venye market iko. Kama wewe ni mkulima, tembelea wakulima, build a community of farmers around you wenye watakushow, by the way kuna makosa si tulifanya, wewe usirudie. Kama wewe ni mwalimu, make friends with the older teachers wakushow, by the way kuna ngori si tulipitia, make sure you don't, because now I'm pretty sure those of you who are teaching, I know you, especially when mnafunza campus, ukiitisha mtu assignment inarudi ikiwa maybe 100% AI, so unashangaa mse ana learn nini, because this is AI generated. And so it's a mix up. It's a good thing, but also we need to use it well. Nimesema network, attend communities, ongea na wasee. I've talked about farmers, I've talked about coders, I've talked about programmers, I've talked about teachers and everyone. Basically, build a community around you. Wenye ukishindwa na kitu, you can go and say, mazee, kuna kitu isielewi, we nyi mlifanya aje? How did you do this? How did you do that? So build a community. Maybe just to throw it out to you guys, and I want to see your comments if you're still with me. What is the one skill that you're learning right now? Ile skill hukufunzwa shule, maybe ulienda shule kukua mwalimu, kukua fundi, kukua anything else, kukua daktari, but there is one skill maybe you are learning on your own time. Ukifika jioni, you set up your computer and try and learn a skill. How can we ensure that AI systems are fair and unbiased? How can we ensure that AI systems are fair and unbiased? Can AI systems be unfair and biased? Yes. AI systems can be very biased. During the early onset of AI, tulikuwa tunajaribu kuziuliza vitu, and you realize this thing has been trained. You know, it's trained by human beings. AI is not God. AI is not, what do we call this attribute of God? Omniscient. You know, God is omniscient. God anajua kila kitu. AI can seem to know many things, but it's not omniscient. In fact, some of the content AI hutupatia ni wrong. Nishaifanya kitu na AI, nikaiuliza kitu mimi najua, ikanipea uongo. So, but anyway, back to swali ya Doris, says, how do we make sure that this is AI is not biased? I'm not sure, but I think in the AI spectrum or in the AI world, sisi ni users. Kuna developers and then kuna users. Developer ni mtu amecreate AI. Sisi ni user. Sisi wenye tunatumia hii AI. So in reality, there is very little that we can do to make sure that AI is unbiased. Mwenye anaicreate akicreate ikuwe na bias, then that AI product will be biased. So what we can do is give feedback. Remember, this AI needs to be trained. Kuna kitu inaitwa training. So AI needs data to make decisions, na hiyo data ni sisi tunapeana. So probably that is the only way we can influence AI, or just by talking to the developers, waambie mazee, hii model yenu ya AI it's unbiased in this and this and these ways. And that has worked actually, because from the earlier models ya AI mpaka mali tuko sahi, I have seen great improvement in the way data is given out, the way bias test has been addressed, the way quality of the output has been given, especially when you look at something like Gemini. Gemini ni AI ya Google. So when you Google, the first result ni ya Gemini, and Gemini basically goes through all the Google information alafu inakusamarizia. Kitambo ulikuwa ukigoogle unapewa links kadhaa hapo, so una click ya kwanza uangalie, haina yenye natafuta, click ya pili haina yenye natafuta, click ya tatu iko na kiasi but si yote. So what Gemini does is it goes through all that information on your behalf, alafu inakupea summary ya hiyo information. So it has reduced bias by considering that information inatumia ni mob. So I think that is one of the ways that we can follow, or we can influence AI. So I'm still waiting. If there is a skill that you are trying to learn, or have been learning, please tell us. Personally, I've been learning a few things. Number one is communication skills, just to know how to talk to people, clients, the people around me, and stuff. I have been learning about a bit of marketing here and there, just to how to pitch your ideas to people, how to talk to clients, how to talk to your parents, how to talk to people around you too. Kuambia mazee, I'm trying to do this and this. How to talk to financiers. Karibu nisahau. Most of the projects we are doing need money, and so if a project that you're doing needs money, someone has to talk to the financiers, either kama ni bank, kama ni gava, kama ni you applying for grants, kama you are applying for anything, for prize money or something like that. You have to convince people that this product works, and you have to market the idea to them. Waambie hata kama ni shamba unaenda kulima, waambie by the way, mimi nataka kwenda kulima viazi, and I need maybe 50,000 shillings, and this is what I will do with the money. So you need to understand how to communicate to people. So that's one thing that I've been learning. And if you're interested, you can talk to me. I'll recommend resources for you to learn. I've been learning something on data analytics and education in the 21st century, or the workplace in the 21st century really is about data. Sasa ukienda kila mahali, before someone makes a decision, it's data. You have to analyze data before tuamue hapa na ambassador kwamba tunaenda live. We have data that people want to watch us, so we have confidence that by the way tuende live. So everything revolves around data. If you're marketing a product, data will tell you this is the people to approach, and so you need to understand how data works. And so that's something that I've been trying to learn as well. Yeah, so maybe I'm almost bringing this to a close, and I want to hear a few skills that you have been learning yourself, or one that you would want to learn. And maybe ukiniambia hapo, maybe I am familiar, I can guide you, especially those that I've interacted with online, so that I make your path easy. Kama unataka kulearn kitu, wewe niambie hapo, I might help. Nixon Kimeli, good work. Asante sana Bagule. That's my boy. Yeah, if there's a skill you are trying to learn, I would very much be of help if you need me to. Finally, as I bring this to a close, maybe just I've talked about cases of people who have learned skills and went ahead to secure employment, or do projects based on skills that I learned. I told you of a friend of mine mwenye alijifunza computer science peke yake time ya COVID, and now he is a software engineer. from scratch. Huyu jamaa hakuenda shule university for 4 years kusoma programming, alijifunza. So if he learned that, you can definitely learn a skill. You can definitely learn something that can improve the quality of your life. I would say you don't need a fancy classroom to learn these things. You just need a willing heart and mind. You need the willingness to learn. You need your phone, your laptop, and some good internet, and all the information in the world is at your disposal. So kitu imebaki hapo ni wewe tu uamue kusoma. Yeah, so just to recap what we've been talking about, we are trying to understand the future of education. We are trying to move beyond the classroom. I know many people watching me right now, me included, wenye vitu tulisomea and most of the skills that you're using out right now si vitu ulisomea shule. So now ulienda shule kwa kuwa mwalimu, but you came out here and you are doing other things. You are a farmer, you are marketing, you have your own business, and you have to understand all these things. You have to understand accounting, you have to understand marketing, you have to understand bookkeeping and everything. So skills zenye hukuenda shule kusoma, you had to learn. That is the future of education in Kenya, in Africa, in around the world. Basically what I'm trying to say is the future of your education is in your hands. Ni wewe, it's purely on you. Ukiamua usome, well and good, the information is there. Ukiamua usisome, these things will pass you, and in a few years you will be like, man, I wish I had learned this. I wish someone had told me this before. Take charge of your education life. Learn a skill. Na si skill yenye lazima useme ndatumia kesho. Just learn something. Keep learning. And I'm very sure that will be very helpful as you go about your life. Again, I talked about this popular Kalenjin proverb. In Kiswahili it says, elimu haina mwisho. Makiki esunga mnot. Let me repeat again in Kalenjin. You can never exhaust knowledge, and so every day is a chance for you to learn. Ukiamka asubuhi, learn. Ukilala jioni, learn. Dream, learn. Just keep yourself in the habit of learning. Ukipata kitu inakaa interesting, we soma. Ukipata article inakaa interesting, we soma. Ukisikia mtu anafunzana ana offer free course ya 30 minutes, we ingia. There are very many. Ukiangalia hapo Twitter, even if you go to Twitter, there are Twitter spaces where people discuss current issues. How AI is affecting marketing, how AI is affecting service delivery, how AI is affecting very many things. Ukiona conversations kama hizo, we ingia, learn a thing or two, toka. Maybe I just want to challenge you as we bring this to a close. Want to challenge you to sign up to just one skill. Amua hii wiki nataka ni learn kitu moja. I want to learn communication. I want to learn basics of accounting. I want to learn by the way, I did a course on accounting, and I am actually an accountant. I did a course with a school called Corporate Finance Institute, and the course was free and everything. Just learn. Mimi hakuna mahali sijaandikwa kazi kama accountant, but I know accounting. Just for my own sake. Yeah, just ukiamka we soma kila kitu. Soma kila kitu. I promise you, your brain is much bigger than you think. Your brain can hold a lot more than you think. Yeah, still waiting to see where you're joining us from, and those who are still joining us, karibuni sana. We are bringing this to a close. Yeah, so this week, challenge yourself, learn something. Ingia hapo mahali, learn a skill. When we meet next time, wewe ukuja utuambie, by then nimeanza kusoma hii kitu ama nimemaliza kusoma hii kitu. Kuna courses zingine hata inachukuanga 2 hours and you've learned a lot. Just one class ya 2 hours and you've learned a lot that will change your life, the way you see the world around you, the way una interact na wasee, the way you interact, even responding to crises and situations, the way you handle challenges changes, because as you know, information is power. So what are you going to do this week as we bring this to a close? Utaenda kusoma nini? Make that commitment. Si lazima uniambie, we jiambie. If you have a notebook, write it somewhere. If you need to consult on anything in terms of knowledge acquisition, skill acquisition, sorry, where to start, I would help you for free. Mimi I know a couple resources and vitu zimenisaidia huku online, and I would be able to recommend a few things to you. Just reach out. Those of you who have ambassadors contact, unaweza reach out. He will give you my contact. Yeah, so and for those of you wenye mmemaliza form 4 and probably you are waiting to join campus in September or somewhere. I think what will join September. If you're that person and you have access to internet, you have access to probably a machine, a laptop or a computer, make the best of your time. Learn, soma. Kama ushajua course yako yenye unaenda kufanya, do some basic research. Read beyond. We jua tu. It will not hurt to know. It doesn't hurt to know something. It doesn't hurt to know. So yeah, mine's just to thank you for joining me for this ride. It's been wonderful. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for sharing this. I hope you will continue to share. Kama uko na msee ako shule ama you think this information can be of help, share with them. Itasaidia mtu. I am very positive it will be of help. Until that point, I've been Brian Kibet Mayo, wishing you the very best in your education, whether you are doing it in school or you are self-learning. Maze na wish the best. If you're hustling like me, I wish you the best. If you are in the job market, I wish you the best. Kama una work, I wish you the best. Work hard. If you're still looking for a job, wish you the best. God akuprovidie. Yeah, it's been a wonderful time. 1 hour of great conversation. Yeah, that is me signing out. Peace.